Barfightins, we have a man of many faces and voices with us today, a stand-up chameleon, as he is known. Voted Best Variety Act by the NEA in 2013 and a Britain's Got Talent semi-finalist, as well as a previous compere for Brian May. How badass is that? Welcome to the show, Mr. Drew Cameron.
Hey!
Yeah, I've got to tell you, I am two-faced. Well, three, four, five, well, loads of faces, really.
I thought you were throwing to Batman again then.
I know.
So, how's lockdown been treating you?
I've been, I'm of a certain age, and a little bit senior, so I haven't got a mortgage. So that's really good.
Good, yeah.
I haven't been affected too much like with debts, and the government have been helping out a fair bit. And it's the positive is that I've been managing to do things that I've been saying, oh, I haven't got time to do this, I haven't got time, I want to do it, and I've been pushing to do things that I haven't had time to do. So
that's wonderful. That's really good. So have you taught yourself anything new or learned anything new, or is it just odd jobs here and there?
Well, one big thing was I used to run a stage school, and it was a full-time academic performing arts school. Yeah. And I taught the dance, ballet and tap and art and drama, and I was the headmaster. And there was so much. Our kids did so many TVs and films and theatre shows, and I've got all the videos and pictures, and a lot of the ex-kids haven't got it. And I really want to build a website to put it all on so they can show their kids and all that memorability to come back. So that's what I've been working on.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow. Man of many talents, eh?
Yeah, and I also rescue wild animals as a hobby. So that takes me time up as well.
Wow, I'm stunned. Yeah, that's incredible. What a start.
And one other thing, later, I used to do a lot of artwork because I used to teach art, and I haven't done it for ages. I've been too busy. And now I've got back into it as well, doing that kind of thing.
That's so cool.
Very artistic, creative.
Yeah, you keep yourself busy though. That's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
it's what you needed to do in these crazy times, though, isn't it? Just keep yourself busy, otherwise you go a little bit loopy.
I'm really busy.
So obviously, COVID's been quite hard on a lot of people, like artists-wise and whatnot. Did you have much planned that you've had to cancel or postpone or anything?
Yes, I do a stand-up comedy impressions, and I also do lookalikes, which I do a lot for parties and corporate stuff, and very much weddings. I gate crash the speeches as Del Boy, and just sort of burst in saying, "All right then, what's going on here then?" Doing all that as a lookalike. And then coming out in Uncle Albert, oh, was in a white. Well, you look like Uncle Albert, but without the white.
Thanks. I can't do the voice though. I'm not even going to attempt it.
Yeah, and so I do lots of other lookalikes and that. And obviously, it stopped. And I also started a Phony Fools and Horses show. There was me and two other performers, and we did 5 characters. And it was a dining experience. You probably know dining experience.
Yeah.
So we were doing that, and we had gigs abroad in Lanzarote and things like that. And I started a theatre show out of it. And we were really kicking off into theatres. And it was really hard work. So I'm not much of a promoter myself. I'm a performer. And I was really working, and we really got them all booked up. And then, of course, COVID came in, and that all got stopped. So that is one thing I've got to really get together. But I've been doing a couple of gigs lately at private parties, so it's getting there.
Is the Phony Fools and Horses going to be rescheduled for next year?
Yes, putting in dates now for the theatres, and obviously not a lot of people are booking up for the dining experience. Yeah, we've got a couple in December.
Yeah.
But yeah, got to wait and work on that.
Oh, it's such a shame, isn't it? Everything just literally got ruined. The world just stopped.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, but this time next year, we'll be millionaires, won't we?
Yeah, is open.
I don't think there could have been a better time to pull that line out. That was great.
Yeah. Well, I'll do others for you. I could do jumpy squirrely. Anything you want, I can be anyone you want. Hey, boys, you job, great.
Oh man, don't want him anywhere near my show. Don't
Don't
Boris
get him
Johnson
started on Boris. Yeah.
No, perhaps you wanna. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. It's great.
I'm only joking. Anyway, so my internet connection is not great. I do apologise.
How long ago did you start doing all this then?
Oh, lovely question that is. Okay, I'll keep this fairly short. I met a lady at a local jumble sale years ago. She told me she used to be my school nurse. When I was at primary school, I was doing it then. A teacher would come and tell me off, walk away, and apparently I'd copy them. And you know, now it's in impressions. Then it was a gobby, cheeky little git. and apparently that's what I was doing. And then through my junior school, luckily I had a teacher who was married to a well-known actor, and she was very much in helping me do this. And I remember very much doing my own little sketch piece called The Three Hats, and I would go into the broom cupboard, put a hat on and come out and do that. And then when I was 14, you're too young to probably know this. Have you ever heard of Opportunity Knocks?
Name sounds familiar, to be honest. I can't think what it is.
In the 60s and 70s, it was the Britain's Got Talent show.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard it, yeah.
Have you heard of Pickety Witch? The band Pickety Witch? No?
I'm so sorry.
Anyway, I was on a TV programme and they had a clapometer that apparently if you got the biggest clap, you know, you would win. I think it was a bit false actually. But anyway, I won on the clapometer and Pickety Witch won on the votes. That was when I was 14. Went to stage school with Phil Collins and Jack Wilde, and then moved on. I became then a headmaster, and then I came back to it in 1996 doing performance again. So that was it basically.
That's amazing.
My life.
What brought you back in '96? Just like I'm sick of dealing with kids.
Well, it wasn't me being a teacher headmaster. Yeah, it was incredibly successful. But that wasn't really me. And it was my wife that really got it going. She started it up and she was so talented. I would not have the guts to do it. For example, when we were teaching part-time, we then thought, let's do a full-time school. Well, she got a building, 100% mortgage, and I would never do that. I'd be much too scared to do that.
Yeah.
Went straight in it, and of course we built it up and up. And then in 1996, or just before that, maybe a year before that, she sort of left the school and left me in charge. And as it wasn't me, I left it and sold it off, and then went back to performance.
Do you feel like were you happy to do so? Do you think it's the best decision you've made? Because obviously, look at you now.
Yes, I think so. I think it was the right decision. I was very, I don't know, what's the word for it? A bit tender about the children, because there's never a good time. There's always someone that's in their first year of doing exams, you know, but I passed it over to someone else.
I think selfishly though, you've got to look out for number one, haven't you, realistically, at the end of the day. If you're not happy doing, you know, you want to be happy doing what you're doing now, then I think
that's who I am.
The right decision there.
That's who I am.
Yeah,
really.
well, exactly.
So, and I think
is there any? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, just want to say, I think it was a good idea because I don't know if you can sort of think there was performers that were also doing my business, Les Dennis, a couple of others. When they start young, like Lenny Henry, you start young, you're doing it, and you get like 40s, and you've had enough, and you change. And do something else because that you've had long enough. And because I wasn't doing it all my early life, I could come back and do it and have other, you know, goals set to do. Sorry, you wanted to say something else?
No, that's okay. It's no issue. I just mean to interrupt you. I do apologise. I was just wondering if there was like any impressions that you really do love doing. If there's anyone you particularly that you absolutely love to do every time.
Yeah, sorry. When you said, sorry to interrupt me, I was going to say, right, you got detention.
That's fine. I'll go.
And a cane.
No.
The impressions. Well, I think the ones I like doing are the ones that are successful and what people like. So obviously, Del Boy. Is it? And it does change with sort of the age group. I do. Oh gosh, I can't think. I did Del Boy, and then I did Joe Pasquale. But then at different places. I mean, I like going into a gig and doing Victor Meldrew. So if you're at a gig and you're sitting at the front, I could go, "Good old mate, I don't believe it. Look at that miserable old bastard! God."
That's so good.
And you could get away with it. If I called you a miserable old bastard in that character, you would laugh like you did. But if I did it as me, God, you miserable old bastard, you know. So that's sorry. And I also like, because I do big characters. That's all I've done. Because now you don't get all those big characters. Only like Boris is the big character now, but no one else. So I like doing Alan Carr, yeah. I want chatty man. I like doing,
oh, so good.
Yeah, and there's obviously, gosh, loads of others. I like doing, again, this is slightly Marmite. I dress up as do Ali G, checking it out, innit, for real, those kind of things I like.
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh.
Yeah. I could go, you know, and the kids, they're into Fools and Horses, but also everybody, Mr. Bean, very nice indeed. And
you got the facials down as well. That was amazing.
Yeah. You know what? I do a great George Clooney. Look, doing it now. Brilliant.
Oh, phenomenal. Oh, my days.
And sometimes I do cartoons like, you know what I do? Homer Simpson. Hey, Mr. Bean. Homer Simpson, he wants some donuts.
Oh, my God. So I'm a massive Simpsons fan, so that's incredible. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. Oh, I don't know where to put myself.
I also offer celebrity messages where you can say, oh, could you do, I do it as either just a voice or with a, what do I call it? With a photograph that I manipulate to talk and send it off to someone's phone. Like if you wanted to say happy birthday or whatever. And I do those, it's called celebrity messages. But more and more people are getting into it now, so I don't do so much.
Well, I share, because that came up on my Facebook actually today, and I actually shared that today because obviously with you being a guest tonight. So
yes.
I shared that on my wall today and was like, next week we've got Drew Cameron on our show. So spreading the word. But yeah, it was really good. I think you dressed up as Donald Trump on there as well.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I don't normally do that very much, to be honest.
I can't say I blame you, but he doesn't need any more spotlight. So,
but audiences are so weird. I've done a couple of hotels in Eastbourne last year, and they went down really well. But a couple of people, I say a couple, maybe three, complained to the management, and I was sacked from going back there because Uncle Albert said semen stains and masturbates. He was on the boat in the war. Now, those two characters were in Captain Pugwash, the children's program in the 70s. And people complain and I get sacked. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
That is crazy. I hate when people do that, to be honest with you. When they want to complain about something for nothing. He said semen. Oh, I was so offended.
Yes.
Yeah, like, get out.
And the thing is, If they complain, fine. But the management go, oh, well, I listened to you. Forget the 98% of the other people that loved it.
Yeah.
They just listen to these idiots.
It does my
That's
head in.
mad.
Oh, dear.
People
Yeah,
complain
stupid,
about
isn't
everything. Yeah, it's the thing. It's like, I don't want to be one of those people that's like not stereotypical, but everyone seems to hate everything at the moment. Everyone gets offended by everything now. If you don't like the joke, that's fine. Just nothing happens. If you're offended, nothing happens to you.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, it doesn't. Just move on.
Yeah, your life carries on.
Yeah.
You don't get ill or anything. Oh, it makes no sense. I'm sorry to hear that. That's rubbish. That is really rubbish.
God, it is. Yeah, but
Bloody people.
yeah, not bothered. Because when you do the Phony Fools and Horses show, nothing goes wrong because people are committed to come and see it. They love it, and it all works. So I prefer doing that a lot of the time.
So how did you discover you could do the? I know you said you took the mick out of teachers and all, but how did you discover you could impersonate certain people? If that makes sense.
No, I didn't. It just came naturally. I just did it, like at the school. And then it was I was about 8 or 9 when I did my first celebrity, and I can't remember the guy's name now, and you wouldn't know it, but he did an advert, and it was, oh look, Cadbury's mini sponges. Oh look. And that's what he did. I can't remember his name. You probably wouldn't know him anyway. And that's the first one I tried, and just moved on from there. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't.
That's fantastic.
It wasn't something I thought, right, I would like to do impressions. I was just a cheeky little git. But I tell you what, it was good. What was good, practical, I used that to deflect aggression by bullies at school.
I like that.
For that reason. Yeah.
I think Darren Brown talks about stuff like that to deflect bullies, is just to talk about either do comedy, make people laugh, or just talk about absolute nonsense. I find it deflects. That's perfect. So he obviously never got touched.
No, no. That's how.
Yeah, beautiful.
It worked for me. It worked. Yeah. So
I like that.
That was a good.
That's so good to have that in your arsenal.
Yeah.
Are there any impressions that you wish you could do and just can't quite get right? Like you've tried and it's just not happening?
No, I don't think so. So I'm looking to see if you can see me. Am I bright enough?
I can see you.
All right.
Yeah, we can see. Yeah,
It's getting a bit dark in here. No, I don't think so. The only thoughts that I have, as I said, I only do big characters, but there hasn't been a character that I really wanted to do and couldn't do. No, I don't think so. It's like Mrs. Brown is a newer character, and I think I was going Mrs. Brown. Was it that? I don't know, but it's not someone that I really wanted to do, so I didn't bother. But no, I can't think of anyone. The Del Boy one, I do remember. I was in a holiday park, and it took me a long time to get that one because there's a rhythm. First of all, you have to get it's sort of nasally and deep throat, but it goes with a rhythm. So I had to say his strap line was, like it makes sense, and there's a ring, it makes sense, So it took me a while to get that. Once I got that, then I could express it and just go bonkers with it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I did, a couple of weeks ago, I did a party and it was great. But some things I don't do because they're very old, like Frank Spencer. You remember Frank Spencer?
I remember Frank Spencer.
I remember Frank. Yeah. And
I don't do it because it's like that's very very old. But people asked me to do it. It was his 50th birthday, so I thought, okay. So I did Frank Spencer for him. Oh, and I loved it. So it was those big characters from the past. Still work.
I suppose I've never really thought about it like that. You're right that there isn't really many big characters nowadays. I think Mrs. Brown probably is the closest you could come up with at the minute.
Yep. It's the only one I can think of. Can't think of anyone else. Really can't.
No.
No.
I'm trying to think. I literally can't think of anyone.
No.
So what made you venture to Britain's Got Talent then? Is this something you fancied doing? Did your wife were like, you really should like go and do that, or?
Sorry, I'm not too dark, am I?
No, you're okay.
Why did I do it?
Well, just curious, what made you go, oh, I really fancy that. I really fancy doing that.
I must have been drunk, I think. It was, I saw the first season and I thought, that might be worth doing to get more profile. They didn't have professional people on for a number of years.
Yeah.
And so after a few years after it was on, I thought, oh, I'll do that. And I pretended that I was a website designer and went on and did it. And I didn't get the game. I understand the game now, but I didn't get it then. And as a professional, I was backstage and the director came round with a camera crew. Yeah. And he said, Drew, he said, tell us how much this is your dream. Now, I was a man of a certain age as a professional. And I said, what? My dream to win a talent contest? Are you mad? I'm not 12. What's the matter with you? And I was all like this. Of course, now you play the game so you can get more money and get more profile. But then I was like, for God's sake, grow up. And they weren't impressed at all.
That's amazing. I'm almost proud of you, I think.
I actually still feel like that. I still feel, for God's sake, get talented people on. Stop playing this stupid game about it's my dream. No, I actually said to them, no, it's my dream to have a lovely family that are healthy and happy. Not to win a talent contest, but, I understand the game. I do.
Why do you think that's why you didn't get through then?
No, they weren't happy, but what happened was, and I use this in my act, which is true, Ant and Dec were backstage with me, and they said, "Go break a leg, Drew. Hey, go break a leg." 5 days later, after I broke my leg playing football. I snapped it in half, and this is again, it's in my act. It's absolutely true. I know when it was. It was on a Sunday morning, April the 13th, because it was my birthday, and I snapped my leg in half. Bones were sticking out, and I told my mates that I was going to get plastered on my birthday, and I bloody well was.
Happy birthday, snap.
Yeah, and they took me to hospital, and this is true again and again. I use it in my act sometimes, but this is true. They took me on a stretcher, put me in the ambulance. All my friends were out on the pavement, just like didn't know what to say. I had the oxygen mask on my face, and then I heard one of my friends started going, "Happy birthday to you." That was funny.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And I do a comedy bit about me being in hospital. I do some comedy about that. Just change it around. I don't know if you want to hear it.
Oh no, I'm
intrigued. If you want to
go for it, yeah.
I'll tell you what I do, because I woke up after they operated straight away. It was very serious. I woke up, and this is true. I was in a mixed ward, and I didn't know you had mixed wards at all. Because me and there was 3 elderly ladies seriously there. And I was in there 2 days, and then the doctor came round and he said, well, we need the bed. Can you get dressed? And this is where I make it up. No, this didn't really happen. And I say, oh, my son had bought me some clothes because I had a football kit, and bought me some Homer Simpson socks to cheer me up, which was nice. So the doctor said I had to get dressed. So I was sitting on the edge of my bed. I was putting my Homer Simpson socks on, and I thought, no, I'll cheer up the old lady next to me. And I turned around to her and I went, "Oh, look at my lovely socks. Hey, what's him doing there? Stop!" I thought she was going to join in, I thought she was going to say, "Oh, homie. No, she was like, yeah, she just stared at me. And then she screamed. She went, "Ah!" I think I should have put some pants on as well. But,
Oh,
so I've got my out now.
it's fucking brilliant.
Oh, wonderful. That Marge impression is spot on. It's absolutely perfect. So good.
I don't know when you start. Sorry. Oh, you're right.
Tom froze.
Oh, it's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Let it go. Let it go.
So, like, do an impression then, just out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Don't do it with like comedian.
Oh,
you froze then.
I think my internet connection. I'm sorry, my internet connection is awful. I don't know why. Yeah, sorry, my internet's doing my nutting. I do apologise. It's definitely me.
We heard you compliment the Marge impression, and then you went.
Yeah, you got so upset.
I hate my. Yeah, I did. I had to leave. What is going on?
You see me?
I can see you. Yeah. I can see you. I can see you.
Okay.
I can see you, Drew.
I can see you both. There you go.
I apologise for my awful connection. My connection is terrible. I've turned my phone off and everything to make sure that nothing's taken the bandwidth or anything.
Is that what you say to your partner? Sorry about my terrible
I don't
connection.
have one, but if I yeah.
That's why.
If I had one, I would.
It sounded like you were mid-question when you came back in, Tom.
I was mid-question. I do apologise. I don't know why my internet's been so rubbish. It worked perfectly the past couple of days. I don't know what it's doing now. Are we all good? Can we all see me? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Am I
see
still
you.
here?
Yeah.
Everything all right? Okay. So what I was asking, I apologise, is do you find that people ask you to do impressions like on the spot? Like, they do like comedians, like, go tell me a joke then.
No, not so much. They normally say what you say. Well, what's your favourite impression to do? That's what I'm normally asked. And
That's good.
And I say the same thing. I say my best impression is someone that's frozen.
He's froze again, hasn't he?
Yes. Or he can't believe what he's talking to. Shocking him.
Oh, he's back again. There we go.
I'm going to put my glasses on. Yeah, so I always say, oh, no, I haven't got one. Del Boy, Joe Squiley, I like doing. But
I like the Graham Norton laugh. That's really good as well.
Well, I live in Brighton, so I also do Julian Clary.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yes. Oh, Paul O'Grady, honest to God, I love my dogs, you do. I also like doing, because it's a visual thing, and you remind me with your beard, oh, the Aussie man, oh, man. And obviously, I've got the glasses. I also do Michael Caine.
Many guests in this interview today. Many guests.
Yeah. The Aussie one makes me happy because I'm a Brummie, so.
Oh, yeah, Brummie.
So obviously we know about Britain's Got Talent, but when I was doing my research for this show, I couldn't believe just how many TV shows you've actually been on. I saw a clip from Judge Rinder, there was Eggheads, Dead Ringers.
Yeah. You've
done quite a lot of TV. What are some highlights from your TV experience you've had?
It's funny, really, because I'm not doing them like I used to, and I think it's what's going on with the media, not so much me, but I did many different things, and one of them, and I could send you the video if you ever wanted to see it, was that I fell in love with a cardboard cutout of Ginger Spice.
Okay.
And someone in the media said, oh, would you do this? And we'll put it in the papers. And I think it was the Daily Mirror. It was going to go on the front page, but something important happened. I think it was a tennis game, and I got pushed to page 3. But I had the cardboard cutout of Jerry Spice, and the Southern TV came and did a documentary on me and sleeping with her and taking her to the pub and all that. And then I went on to Sacha Baron Cohen. Before he did his character, he had a a TV program. I went on his program. I then went on another program where they were talking about people and how they love celebrities, and they used me as the topic. So I had me cut out of Ginger Spice, and I before we did it, I said to the person there backstage, I said, "You do know that this is not real?" I mean, yeah, no, we know that. And it's really bizarre. As I say, there's a video of it. I think it's on YouTube still.
That's amazing.
You have to find that, yeah.
It's really odd.
I assume this wasn't your idea, no?
No, it wasn't my idea. And what was funny, I think I did that at the end of the 90s, after I'd left the school. And when I went back there, everyone knew what I'd done. And it's like the headmaster had suddenly fallen in love with a cardboard cutout.
What did the wife think of this?
At the time, she joined in, but then afterwards, she regretted it a lot.
Yeah, it's almost like they'd taken the ball and run with it and kept it going and going and going. And it's like, but...
Pretty weird.
Yeah. What was the Judge Rinder thing? The clip I saw was the end of it where it said that you'd won. What was that?
Oh, okay. That was... There's a lady comedian, local, who I know, who actually did it. And believe it or not all of them are real.
Yeah, I figured they might not be.
She's a comedian, and I saw what she did. And then for some reason, I can't remember if she put me forward. Anyway, the company contacted me and said, have I got an issue with someone that I want to take to court? And I didn't really. And they insinuated, well, what could you, and insinuated what I could do. So what happened was, I've got a friend, and she offered to be my manager to get work. And the first gig she got the deposit, but she never gave it to me, which was fine because I wanted her to keep it to pay for it. But we went to Judge Rinder's company and said, well, she owes me money. And I made up an amount, like £600, that she hasn't given to me. So that's what it was. And she thought, yeah, let's do that. But again, well, it ended up as though she was a really bad person on the TV. She regretted doing that. But I won 600 quid, which the company gave. And it was another reason for me to say what I was doing. It was a promotional thing. So he asked me, I don't know if you saw it, what do you do? And I promoted the Phony Fools and Horses and the impression. Oh yeah, he said, can you do me? Did you see that bit?
Yes, I'm not brave enough or something like that, yeah.
Brave enough. But I can do, and I did some gay people. It was a bit subtle, I thought. And his face was all...
Fair play to me, he was stone-faced.
Yes, it was.
It's pretty funny. So, how do you keep your impressions? Well, I was going to say, how do you keep them up to date and relevant? But you said earlier that there isn't really anyone. So is there anyone that you may have dropped from your act because people just don't really know them anymore?
Well, yeah, there was the one I mentioned about was
Frank Spencer.
Frank
Spencer. That was it, yeah. But no, I don't really know because he's so, out there still. No, it's not. It's not a problem. Sorry, I was just thinking about, because I do so many different ones. Michael McIntyre is a fairly big character in his voice. I don't do him brilliantly, but he's quite visual. I mean, hello, you will. So that's a very big character to do. And
I think you just broke Tom doing that.
Oh man!
With the moustache, I also do Manuel. Hey, I know nothing. Mr. Ford, he got crazy.
Oh my days!
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, but I have to be careful because I used to be doing. What's that bloke now? You can never do. What's it? Rolf Harris.
Oh yeah, that's one.
A little while ago, I thought, I've got some promo videos. Let's have a look. And I was doing that. I thought, no, I can't put that out there.
Let's put that on the tape of the Jimmy Savile impressions.
Oh gosh, no.
Oh, it's amazing.
And the only female one I'm just looking now, so I can't remember. Is the Sarah Millican. Hello, Pet. Have we seen me, Nana? That's the only one of that one.
Oh, phenomenal!
That's amazing.
One I don't know sort of what to do, but I still find it funny. As you know, Andy Murray's reputation is I'm so excited. Yeah.
Oh, he plays in that so much now. I think he plays in that loads now. I think it's like that's just his personality now. So he goes, well, I'll just be like miserable all the time.
Well, he's perked up a lot since then. But
has he? I haven't seen him for. I mean, I don't really watch tennis, if I'm honest. So
no, nor do I.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. So, have you got any other projects lined up other than the Phony Fools and Horses, or any ideas circling in the head?
No, only to get that back on the road. Also, we're supposed to be taking it to Malaga to do 4 or 5 gigs in Malaga in October, and might be October, might be November, and I'm hoping that'll come off because, wow, what a tough job I've got, haven't I? Having to go to Malaga.
No, you poor sod. You got to travel to Malaga to do the thing you love to do for a living.
I know.
It's a hard life.
Don't envy you at all.
I know,
Tough, yeah. So I'm hoping that'll come off, but you don't know, do you? You don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you because there's nothing worse than being sat in the house every day doing nothing. I mean, that's how I feel. I haven't worked for months, so I'm just.
Oh, sorry. What do you do? Because I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. I work for the travel industry.
Shoot.
Yeah, so it's just waiting to go back to work. We're taking bookings, but that's it. Nothing else happening.
Nothing to do. So.
Travel industry, in as much as what, flights or?
Flights, cruises, coaches. We do stay out experiences. We do. It's called Just Go Holidays. It's based in Cheltenham, where I live, and we're like a solo independent company. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. You don't book acts on cruises, do you?
I don't actually know. I'll have to have a look into that. I'll have to have a look into it, Drew.
Yes, I would be very interested in that.
I will get. We've got your details anyway, so I'll let you know.
Well, yeah, definitely for the Phony Fools and Horses, I would have thought that would be really good on a cruise ship. Phony Fools.
That'd be amazing.
Fantastic. Yeah. That'd be fantastic. People would love that as well.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. But anyway.
Tom, did you have
I hope I passed the audition.
Say that again, sorry.
I hope I passed the audition today.
Well, yeah, he did. I couldn't think of anything fast enough to say to be like, well, I'll keep it going for a little bit.
Tom, did you have any more questions before we?
No, I'll be honest. I just love to hear Marge Simpson one more time.
You do well. Sorry, who did you want to hear one more time?
Marge Simpson.
Oh, Marge Simpson. Okay. Because I also do in that mode with Marge Simpson. I do a Wallace and Gromit.
Oh.
Because the funny thing about it, the bloke that does, oh, hello there, Gromit. Nice piece of Wensleydale cheese. that bloke did was in Last of the Summer Wine, wasn't he? Doing oh, hello there, combo. Same voice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I do a piece about that same voice. Michael Caine started with that. Anyway, so right, it's oh, how are you? I can't remember your name. see you.
Drew, you've been absolutely amazing, my friend. Thank you so much for coming on.
I don't know how you found me, but thank you very much indeed.
To be honest, I got the idea in my head. I wanted to speak to an impersonator. I don't know where I got the idea. So I just typed in Britain impersonator, and you're the first name that popped up.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So
I'm that famous.
I thought, I'm obviously going to check a video out first, make sure I don't bring someone on and be like, oh God, what is this? So watched the video, I was like, okay, this is fucking brilliant. I'm emailing this guy. I think as soon as I saw the video of you dressed up as Ozzy doing the impression, I was like, yeah, he's coming on the show.
I was very careful not to say what Ozzy says. Oh,
oh, you swear away, my friend.
You were allowed to, yeah, we weren't sure, so we refrained.
Yeah, yeah, I better not. I don't want you to get people complaining, being offended, because I know what that's like.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, if people are going to get offended by this show, we achieved that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, man! Oh!
Drew, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much.
Anything you want to plug, my friend? Any social media? Any upcoming events?
Can I send you the invoice afterwards?
Yeah, of course. I'll send you a blank check. Literally, not even going to sign it. Just an empty check.
Yeah. Blacked out. No, don't think I have actually. Not that's coming up. The only thing I would say is to check out Phony Fools and Horses. There's a there is a website, but there's on Facebook as well. So just
Phony Fools and Horses, amazing.
Just connect, and celebrity messages. If anyone's interested, I'll do all kinds of voices, all kinds of videos for people, corporates or whatever.
Wonderful.
Have you had any really bizarre requests to these celebrity voices?
A bizarre one? No, I wouldn't say bizarre. Lots of different ones to announce events for people. No, nothing outrageous.
I just love ones like, dear Drew, could you do me a favour? Could you please use Del Boy to tell my boss I quit and I'm sick of his shit?
I would do that.
Love it. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on, Drew.
Right.
Really appreciate it, mate. So much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank you very
indeed.
much.
Pleasure. Take care.
Take
Thanks,
care, my
Bob.
friend.
Get me some gigs on the cruise. Thanks very much.
Yeah, I will. Don't you worry.
Cheers, then. Happy
Take
Christmas.
care, fella.
Have a nice Christmas.
Yeah, you too.
Oh. Bye-bye, Jamie. Bye-bye, Tom.
Bye,
Take
mate.
care, Drew.
Cheers.
Thank you, mate. Bye-bye.
Find all this great content and more at the You Suck Podcast Network.